Jan Anderson's men face England in Samara on Saturday. They'll almost certainly be cheered on by their other halves, many of whom have been spotted in Russia, sporting the famous yellow shirt in support of their fellas. By now, you should be familiar with the England players' wags led by Rebecca Vardy. But who are women adding a dash of glamour to the blue-yellow army? It's time to meet the team. Maja Nilsson, Victor Lindelof. The chief wag is Maja, wife of Manchester United defender Victor Lindelof. A social media influencer, Maja has 115,000 Instagram followers. In Russia, she's made her presence known, sharing snaps from the stands during Sweden matches. Maja, who hosts a podcast alongside fellow wag Sanna Dahlström, tied the knot with Lindelof in May a year after he popped the question during a romantic getaway to the Maldives. You can expect to see her wearing yellow on Saturday. Read more. England's wag Sanna Dahlström, John Guidetti, mum of two Sanna, is in Russia supporting her fiancé, former Manchester City striker Guidetti. She's set to marry Guidetti, now of La Liga team Alaves, in the near future. Like Maja, she likes to share snaps on Instagram, where she has more than 55,000 followers. She started presenting a podcast with Maja after the pair grew close during the 2018 U21 Championships in the Czech Republic. Judging by her social media pictures, her drink of choice is beer. Josephine Lustig, Mikkel Lustig, with her tattoos and nose ring, Josephine isn't your average wag. She's married to Celtic defender Mikkel Lustig and now lives in Glasgow with her man and their two children, Alexa and Alba. Again, she describes herself as a social media influencer. Guidetti hasn't seen too much action on the pitch so far, but that hasn't stopped her getting into the spirit of things in Russia, partying with her fellow wags. Camilla's Jodalessen, Albin Ekdal. She might be pregnant with her first child, but it hasn't stopped Camilla traveling to Russia. A healthy living enthusiast, she works for the Good Life company, which makes clean-eating snacks. She's been with Hamburg player Ekdal for 10 years and lived with him in the German city. Josephine Ringblomberg, Marcusberg, a former fashion student, Josephine likes to show off her favorite garments on Instagram. Her main passion, though, is family. She describes herself as proud mom to Jolie, Lionel, and Matteo, as well as a happy wifey. She married striker Berg, who plays for Al Ain in Abu Dhabi, in 2014. The couple's children have been seen by Josephine's side in Russia. Sophie Grankvist, Andreas Grankvist, Sophie, who already has one child with Captain Grankvist, is heavily pregnant with their second baby. Understandably, she stayed at home in Sweden, where her husband, formerly of Wigan, now plays for Helsingborg. But it hasn't stopped her getting behind the team. She's been sharing plenty of pictures on Instagram, showing her in the yellow shirt. Centre-back Grankvist, who's scored 2 penalties at the World Cup, may have to dash back between games to be with his wife during the birth of their latest tot. Shanga Hussein, Emil Forsberg. According to Forsberg, sweet and star man, his wife Shanga is a better player than him. She used to play professionally for RB Leipzig before injury ended her career at just 18. The couple, who got married in 2016, are expecting their first child. She hasn't made the journey to Russia, but is showing her support from afar. Tina Lundberg, Sebastian Larsson. Tina married veteran star Larsson, her long-term partner, in June 2016. Their wedding even had its own hashtag, number SEBASTI and A160,526, with many of his suite and teammates and their wags in attendance. She isn't active on social media, so it's unclear whether or not she's in Russia. Larsson, 33, who used to play for Arsenal, Birmingham, Sunderland, and Hull, recently returned to Sweden, signing for AIK. Emma Herbring, Ulla Toivonen, another former footballer. Emma is Toivonen's childhood sweetheart, having met him at school. She started dating him way back in 2002 and they finally got around to tying the knot in 2015. A graduate of the University of Malmö, she now works as an interior decorator. She lives in France, where striker Toivonen plays for Toulouse. Ellen was Oscar Hilgemark. Ellen lives in Italy with boyfriend Oscar Hilgemark, who plays for Serie A side Genoa. The 25-year-old writes a blog for Devote, a Swedish magazine, documenting her life, travels and fashion buys. She's been busy sharing snaps from Russia with her 19,000 Instagram followers.